Oh, here we go. That might be better. Share party audio. There we go. There we go. Alrighty, let's try that now. Chat, can you hear me now? Sorry, I thought this has all set up already from the race earlier, but I guess not. There we go. We're good. I apologize. You think it's my first time or something figuring out all these issues, but here we
Hey,
are talking.
coming off a break,
Coming
coming
off
off
of
a
the
break,
break.
new
Yeah, not
new
great.
streaming account.
Oh my
Everything's
goodness.
kind of falling apart
I
here, but
I'm still in holiday mode in my mind apparently. But there we
I
go.
guess.
All right, let's see. We've got who will be coming across. It looks like X-Bud should be starting a lap, so we'll get on board with him. Filling in from across the pond. Now, here we are chatting away, and they can't even hear us. All right, so third time around. It sounds like we've got light rain for this race, and the hence why the driver times are a little bit slower than we might have anticipated. Also, this track is very tricky, and we've seen some
Yeah, of
wings get
course.
deleted already through the castle section.
Talking about those lap times, they kind of have picked up just a tiny bit. Bodha did go P1 with a 39.125.
Yes.
Porch Power P2 with a 39.3. So the top five right now in the 39s. You're looking at what, probably mid 38 for a dry setup, maybe.
Yeah, I think for these drivers, they should be like the Bodhod Kitten and Motown, and even Porridge has shown some pretty solid pace. Rogue's getting up there, and SRS is pretty quick. They should all kind of, if it was a true dry setup, I'd anticipate them to be in the low 39s to high 38s, so I guess Bothod's kind of right around where he should be. X-Bud flying around I believe that's turn 12. Yes, it is.
So if the points are updated on the website, which I think they are, Bothod's in P1 with 291, Kenton Petter P2, 267, and Andrew P3 with 233.
Oh.
So the championship is looking to pretty much be between Bothod and Kitten Petter, and I believe if Bothod wins tonight, that'll secure the championship.
Yes, I believe you're right. I haven't put the updated standings into the spreadsheet to calculate that, but if I remember trying to calculate it for last week's race, Bothod just needs to win one of the next 4 races and he will be crowned champion. But he's had some unfortunate luck the last couple of races, and Kitten Petter's been able to claim some crucial points late in the season. P-Dog was fighting for the championship. He's got an outside shot at it, and unfortunately he is absent tonight. Andrew's fresh, also has an outside shot still at the championship, but actually no, I believe Andrew was mathematically eliminated, as was but P-Dog, because P-Dog had a strong race at last race at Australia. I think P-Dog's still in the fight, I believe. I could be wrong. Maybe I have those backwards, but nonetheless, we got 2 minutes to go in qualifying. Andrew coming around turn 16, looking to get himself up into the top 3, potentially pole position. He's got a second to find though, so we'll see if his setup will allow for a second more on the track. As he's crossing the line. And he improves to a 39.5, so he shaved off about 5/10. That's quite a good lap from the AlphaTauri man. So now Google Dougal looks to be on a hot lap. No, he's just at a time, 40.382. I'll head over with Rogue A-Wing. He is just starting a hot lap, so he might have invalidated the previous lap. Tight times there, DK, between the Renault drivers.
Oh, yeah, very. Just a couple hundredths of a second off each other, or a few hundredths of a second off each other, I should say. Talk about Bothod though, clinching the championship. These last few races, like you said, haven't been the best for him. I think he had his worst race you could possibly ever think of last time out in Australia. But hopefully he can turn that around and get it done tonight for sure.
Yeah, I think he'd like to get that off his plate and finally get things wrapped up. I'd imagine he's antsy. I know he's mentioned a little bit of burnout here at the end of the season, as I imagine a lot of the drivers are. It's the full 22 race calendar.
I can only imagine next season with 23 races.
Oh man.
Not next season like contest of speed, just next season in general.
Yeah.
23 races.
Well, yeah, I guess we'll see. They still have one more race to confirm, and Australia has just been postponed, so we'll see when they can. As Rogue A-Wing bailed on his final lap, SRS will cross the line, and he has gotten into the 39s with a 39.8. See, X-Bud's midway through. Bothod's going to be the next across the line here.
Bothod coming around. He's purple sector 1 and 2, so he's probably going to improve right here to a 38.564.
Wow.
Just pretty much right where we said.
Yeah.
Jersey.
Yeah, that was a fantastic lap from Bothod. Way to put things together right at the end. Kitten Petter just rounded turn 16, as that looks to be the AlphaTauri, of probably Google Dougal. And see if Kitten can get a jump on the pole position. He would need to shave off a second off his lap time, but he is avoiding his lap as well.
Lap X-Bud, or is that an Alpha Romeo? That's an Alpha Romeo. Rum Fresh coming across will jump one spot to P14.
Very nice. It looks, right as I flicked off of Motown Motor City, he kind of got loose at the turn 11-12 complex after Castle and spun around slightly. So X-Spud's on a lap, so we'll ride on board with him and see if he can jump into the top 10. Judging by his trajectory, he's bailing on his lap as well.
Yeah. There's McLaren behind them.
Oh, a nice little toe for his teammate by the looks of it.
I think that'll do it, Bridgie. I believe because Motown's going slow.
I think you're right.
Maybe.
No, because they're out of time. Yeah, they're out of time. So there you have it. So Bodhod with a very solid pole position this evening with a 38.564. Porge Power, great qualifying for the Mercedes or the McLaren man. He is doing a 38.925, and then Kittenpetter with a 39.444. I'd imagine Kittenpetter had a lot more time on track. He just couldn't quite get it together at the end. Yeah, it's Kitten in the chat. Super neat to get blocked in the final corner. Up 0.6. That's unfortunate, sir.
So Bodhod doing exactly what he needed to do there to clinch his championship. Hopefully.
Yeah, absolutely. So now all Bodhod's got to do is survive 28 laps around this concrete jungle of a circuit. And the castle section will be taking some prisoners, especially in the wet. And imagine turn 1 is going to be wild. And the turn 15, where the drivers make a left-hander after getting a good run of speed, and if they hit the apex curb incorrectly, they'll probably slam into the wall pretty good and have some wing damage. So those would be some crucial corners to look out for in this race.
Yep.
So Porridge and Bodhod on the front row, Kittenpetter, Motown on the second row, Andrew and RJP, SRS and VTech, Rogue and iFunner rounding out the top 10. And unfortunately, Arakaka not able to set a lap as he crashed out after some unfortunate wing damage. So there we have it. Looks like light rain, obviously, but I wonder if they'll be on intermediates or if it's light enough that they can stay on a dry compound.
I think they're going to be on intermediates, I would say. Rain just looks kind of, well, I don't know. It doesn't look too heavy, but the track does look, pit lane at least looks a little wet. To game standards, at least.
That it does. So after the race here in Baku, we have Singapore, and then we finish up at Circuit of the Americas in good old Texas.
USA.
Yes, indeed. And want to give a quick shout out. I was telling DK, for those of you that like to watch some ice hockey, the World Junior Ice Hockey Championship is happening shortly, and it's Canada versus USA, so bragging rights on the line.
Yes, more USA. I'll throw that in there some more too.
There you go. So Bodhod on inters.
I think the whole field is on.
Whole field is on inters, so yes, it is as you suspected, pretty wet.
Oh, I know what I was going to say now. Let's talk about real Formula One here for a second.
Sure.
I've heard a lot of people talking about Renault changing their name to, I don't want to say this wrong, because every time I've heard it from like a European guy or somebody, as Bodhod hit the wall there.
Bodhod did make some light contact with the wall. That could have been really, really unfortunate. We'll flip through the field and just kind of see if anybody else has been caught out by the slippery conditions. Looking so far so good.
But I was saying, Bursey is it? Oh!
Who was that? That just spun. Was that iFunner?
No, it looks like an AlphaTauri
Oh, Google
is
Dougal?
way back there.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
His wing is intact, but an unfortunate little spin.
I don't think you can get damage on the formation lap. I could be wrong, but I don't think it's possible. Chat, correct me if I'm wrong.
I'd hope not. That would be a really crappy way to start the
I
race.
hope not either.
Uh,
But I'm trying to get this out now. Bursey, is
yes.
it Alpine or Alpine?
I've always heard Alpine every time that
See,
press conferences and everything like that have anybody that's talked about it has always said Alpine. So
yeah. See, that's what I've been hearing as well from
yeah.
like, the real F1 fans over there in the Europe side of the
Like
world.
I wonder
Um,
I wonder if it's something like if it's just the French way of saying Alpine. I'm not quite sure, but
maybe I'm gonna say Alpine just because that
okay.
is a lot easier for me to say next
Right.
next season.
Fair,
But
fair, fair.
anyways, I just wanted maybe it's something like Haas. People say Haas, some people say Haas.
Right, I think it's kind of something like
I
that.
don't know.
That makes sense.
I don't know. Maybe,
Yeah.
maybe. But we'll get back to what we need to do.
There we
Man.
go. And we got VTech driving the pink Racing Point, soon to be Aston Martin Formula One team. I'm really excited for them to reveal their livery and
Oh
what the
yes.
car will look like
I
next
honestly
year.
hope. Call me crazy, but I hope it is green and pink. Like that's a weird color combination,
Okay,
but I think
so
it's gonna be very unique.
Joel Granger, so DK, we've been corrected in the chat. It is Alpine confirmed by Joel Granger in the chat. So Alpine it is. All
Okay,
right, we've got
okay.
5 lights, and the glitch happens as usual. We'll get the telemetry and all that good stuff up for everybody. And 5 lights, and away we go. Botthod getting a good run down into turn 1. Motown Motor City getting a great
Oh, they're
run
gonna go
on
3
Porridge, and
wide.
it looks like Motown and Kitten Petter will come together slightly, making some slight contact. But now we've got a Mercedes 1-2 at the front of the grid, and Botthod is able to pull away from the rest of the field. We've got some chaos as the Ferrari's now in the wall. Oh no, it's
Ferrari,
the
it's Spud.
Spud, unfortunately, going into the wall. Hopefully he doesn't have too bad wing damage here. It looks like Spud's
Yeah.
wing is completely gone, so that might have been results from turn 1, and then as he got into turn 2, he just completely had no control over his car and locked right up.
That little short shoot between 1 and 2. I don't know if it was leaves bouncing around on the track, but there's a lot of stuff bouncing around on the track. And the old road goes wide.
We'll hop
Going
on board.
into
Oh,
turn
we've got
5.
chaos as we're into turn 5-6 chicane, down into turn 7. And Rogue's got a little bit of a train already forming up behind him. What a crazy
Guys,
start
hit
to
the
this race.
castle. Hit the castle for the first time.
Oh, as
In the wet.
SRS is in the wall at Castle.
Oh, it's at the top too.
Yeah, right at the top at turn 11. So he's able to recover. Well, wow.
There'll be a lot of drivers pitting after this lap. I know Run Fresh has wing damage, I believe. I think everybody behind Google Dougal has wing damage.
Oh my
There's 4
goodness.
cars.
That's not
Yep.
what you want.
It's not what you want in lap 1, but
Nope.
this is Baku. It's probably going to be a safety car. I wouldn't count it out. As the 2 McLarens are going to duke it out, heading onto the straight. And they were side by side. Our cocker backed off.
As Rogue A-Wing is looking to get a run on Google Dougal already down the front straight, but Google Dougal's pulling away while Rogue is using ERS, so I'd imagine a little bit of a difference in wings there. Oh, as Rogue looks for a move down the inside, but backs out of it. Got a long way to go, and like you say, DK, probably will be a safety car here in the near future. Kitten Petter already on the back of Motown. And so Motown dropping back. Gap was about 8/10 to Botthod, now 1.4 seconds, and that has allowed Kitten Petter to close right up as they are on the mini straight run down to turn 7. And we'll hop over with
Yep.
Bodhod, the leader. Watch as he enters into castle. Very clean. And now turn 12. Getting on the run. Run down the back of sector 2 and into the very tricky turn 15. And Bodhod opting for the line to hop the curbs. Is a very ambitious move. I know I don't choose to take those curbs ever because you never know what those curbs can do to your car. So hopping over with Google Doogle, who's got a good run on Arkaka at turn 15 with Rogue right on his gearbox. And Rogue able to get by Google Doogle at turn 15, or turn 16, sorry. And now Rogue going for a run down on Arkaka, taking advantage. I believe Arkaka potentially has wing damage, but maybe not. And we'll see Rogue going down the inside. And he is able to get the move done before turn 1. So great. The very, very nice move there by Rogue. And RJP, big winner so far, jumping up 1 spot. Thought he was starting to go far down the field. Arkaka up 5, Kano up 5, Cream up 4. Biggest losers are Amram and iFunner at the moment, and Porridge Power, who started P2 all the way down to P7.
And Kitten Petter all over the back of Motown right now. And if Kitten wants to keep this championship alive, he needs to get up there and be challenging Bodhod, for sure.
Yeah, some great team play right now from Motown, holding Kitten Petter back and allowing his teammate Bodhod to drive off into the sunset, potentially securing that championship victory.
Oh, for sure. I think Bodhod can clinch it another way tonight too as well. I don't think he has to win. I think we're down to the point where he's got multiple ways to do it, but I could be wrong.
So Kitten Petter, Kitten Petter getting struggling in the wet conditions here. Luckily he didn't put his car into the wall, but losing some crucial time to Motown and to Bodhod. And X-Bud is getting by a Rumfresh. I wonder if Rumfresh just had a little bit of a mishap through the castle section, allowing X-Bud to get by. It's an interesting spot to have already gotten past, but nonetheless, X-Bud recovers up to P14 now. And we'll hop back over. Kitten Petter right on the gearbox of Motown. This will be the battle we'll want to watch for a little bit, and I'll try to catch some of the other action as it unfolds, but this is the hottest battle on track at the moment.
I think the rain has just gotten everybody either spread apart, or it's just not allowed everybody to get any runs they need.
No, exactly.
Down these straights to overtake.
And I think it's interesting too with the lack of DRS. It's gonna make overtaking even more difficult. And Kitten Petter must be getting frustrated because he's just seeing that time to Bodhod just slowly just chip away and increase little by little. So, Arkaka and Rogue potentially. Kitten Petter.
Kitten has lost it in the high speed, and he's lost his right wing, the whole right side of his front wing.
Oh shoot, Kitten Petter. It's not what you want to see.
No, it's not. He's been struggling on the fast turns in the wet. Definitely, probably a drier setup on that car for sure.
Yeah, Kitten just getting a little bit loose and making some contact with the wall, and now that left side of that, or right side of that wing is damaged, and he will pit, put on a new wing, and hopefully all he can hope for now at this point is a safety car to kind of get him caught back up to the pack. But he will drop way down the order here. And we'll hop over to Arkaka. Arkaka and Google Dougal chasing down Rogue. And we'll see, riding on board with Arkaka. A little bit of a lock up there. Drivers just inching their way around the circuit at the moment.
Oh, for sure. A lot of them, like every time I watch somebody, they're struggling through the fast turns.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like the couple turns on the straight. And then at the top of the castle section is where they seem to be struggling the most. So I'd say a lot of these guys probably running maybe more dry setups. So hopefully this rain goes away soon.
Yeah, that's a good point. If they are running more of a dry setup, they are going to struggle right now. All right.
Oh, X-Bud is back in the pits.
Uh-oh. What has happened to X-Bud? Did he get more wing damage? He's leaving the pits, so I'm assuming
more than likely,
so.
yeah, he's back in the pits.
And RJP hunting down Andrew.
There's still a long ways to go, and
oh, absolutely. There's lots of race left. Anything can happen. Kitten Petter is certainly not out of this race just yet.
no, I don't think anybody is. I'm still banking on the safety car. If we don't get one, then I don't know. Oh, as there's a yellow. Oh, who is that in the castle? It's a Renault. It's Amram.
Oh, it's Amram. Shoot.
It is Amram trying to pull a Ragunathan, trying to get the car turned around. No wing damage though. No wing damage. So
no wing damage. So he must have saved that just enough. But
he just outbroke himself a little bit and went to the runoff, I would say.
Tough race for Amram there. But again, lots of race left. Lots of things can happen, especially in these crazy conditions.
Oh yeah, for sure. He about spun it. Again, there, race control DRS enabled. So,
all right,
it's still raining, but there is DRS. As there's an AlphaTauri off in turn 2.
Is that Google Dougal?
Yeah,
Yeah, so Kitten Petter able to get by him. And hop over back to RGP. So now that DRS is enabled, I wonder how much longer this rain will stick around, or if it's going to clear up right away. And we'll look to see some of these drivers. SRS and Rum, well, SRS rightfully so, probably picked up some wing damage. So we'll see if he's fitting the dry tires here, and he is opting for the hards.
Yep, and,
those should make the end no problem.
Yep. It's still raining though. Like the dry tires. I don't know.
Especially those hard tires. Those probably will not feel great for the first little bit here until a dry line forms. But I mean, maybe that's the gamble that they need to take at this point in the race, try to get back up in the fight.
Oh, potentially. Whereas you know, I'm not the master of these transition races, so I don't know what I'm talking about here.
No, that's very fair.
Is pitting,
okay. So Bodhod
looks like
Bodhod knows, and I believe with the pit stops being around. Oh, was RJP going for a move on Andrew right before the DRS sign? So that was quite the on the front straight there. That was quite the ambitious move. That's a spot where you can lose your rear end, but. So
he's gonna stay out along with Cream Media.
Interesting choices, as it looks like the front runners following along, all opting. Okay, so we've got let's get the tires up here.
There's a few that stayed out.
So Bodhod and Motown both have opted for medium tires. We've got Andrew opting for soft tires, and then Amram and who else? Brumfresh opted for softs. So quite a mixed bag of strategies at this point here. He's Kitten opts for the hards.
But it's completely stopped raining now, and the guys on the inners, top two, particularly Bodhod's going down the inside of Cream, but these inner guys are definitely going to be slow now, as the track's probably already almost completely dry, I would say.
100%. I'm just think it's an interesting strategy call from the Mercedes garage to put these guys on mediums, because these mediums most likely will not make it to the end. They're gonna have to nurse these tires like crazy and then some. So maybe they're
For
banking on
sure.
a safety car for a free stop. I'm not sure.
Safety car for free stop, or maybe, Baja's gonna be out in front by a lot here once pit stops cycle through. So maybe he's just gonna take it nice and easy as well.
Yeah, that's quite possible.
Oh,
Oh,
RJP just nails the wall.
yeah. So RJP picking up some doing damage. Look to see cream medium.
Oh, safety car.
Uh-oh.
Safety car's out, Birdie. Safety car's out.
Oh my
I do
goodness.
not know who that's for.
I don't see anybody stopped on track at the moment. Oh, yes I do. Who's that iFunner there? That turn. No, he's moving.
No, he's going.
Interesting.
He got all those wings.
So maybe someone got caught up in Castle and it was enough to signal a safety car.
Something happened.
Uh-oh.
Well, that just throws everything out the window now.
Yes it does. Yes it does. And those guys that that took a gamble to stay on these inters waiting for a safety car, it has paid off.
Paid off the guys on the mediums too. The
Yeah.
Mercedes. They stayed out during the safety car.
Exactly.
So,
and they'll stay out and then put low wear on those tires for the next couple of laps too, which will be crucial.
But that also
Uh-oh.
brings the
Rogue
field
A-Wing.
right up to everybody.
Oh, Rogue must have pit for new inters, because he's on fresh inters, and now obviously he's pitting on to dries. But interesting one. Wonder if there's a mix-up on his end there. So yeah, we have all of our drivers in this race still. So who caused this safety car? Nope. Hard to say. Hard to say. Well, regardless, we have a safety car lap 8.
Regardless, I don't know who. I didn't see it. Like, it came out. Like, I saw the map turn yellow, and then I didn't see anybody like stop.
Yeah,
I mean, there's people going slow coming out of the pits.
Yeah.
But like, there's nobody really stopped anywhere. And no, I looked through the field, and nobody had wing damage. So, it could be iFunner. I don't know.
Yeah, iFunner.
But regardless,
regardless,
it's out.
It's out. It's out. We had little fun banter in the AM2 chat part of this race, and I think it was Kano predicted an over under, and he was like over under 2 safety cars and or VSCs in this race. So we'll see. We've got one of them. We'll see if we get more.
I would say there would be more. We got the field bunched back up. The track is dry. There's DRS. It's just going to be, I think, a normal Baku race now.
Now I think this is going to be interesting, because you've got Andrew, Cream, VTech, Google Dougal, and Rumfresh for sure going to be 2 stopping. And Andrew and Cream will put some good pressure on the Mercedes up the front, I think, on this restart. So this might help out Kittenpetter in the long term.
Andrew will for sure. He's just probably going for the win at this point. He's got nothing to lose. May as well just go for it.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just gotta send it, and then when you send it, you get rewarded, like leading laps in Australia in AM1.
Yes. shout out to DK leading some laps on the safety car restart. That was awesome. That was a crazy race. It was a lot of fun though.
It was.
The AM2 race was pretty crazy too, if I remember. We lost quite a few drivers in that race. I think we started with 18 and finished with 12.
I think we had 3. I think there's 3 full safety cars in that race and two VSCs.
Oh man.
There's a lot in the AM2 race a couple weeks ago.
Well, let's hop on board. Spud's probably putting in some solid laps right now, trying to catch up to the pack. So we're right on board with him.
I think he just came out of the pits.
He did the previous lap. It looked like he had just pit, yep.
I'm looking at like his
Oh,
lap. His tires don't have any laps on them.
no, Arbar, in the chat, I am not going to pull a Matty Robbo and ruin someone's race. I was engineering for Arbar this afternoon, and the commentators were talking about how Arbar just needed to just pretty much just put it in cruise control and drive clean, and he would have had a win locked up, and then he bended it Castle. It was tough. It was tough.
Oh, oh,
But then,
that deserves a classic Charles Leclerc radio. I'm
yes,
stupid.
a little bit. But he somehow managed to climb back and get P3 with a nice safety car there midway through the race, and then some crazy
Well,
shenanigans from some other drivers. So, I mean, not all was lost. So
Yeah, it just takes a little bit of lapse in concentration, and you're just gonna ruin your race in the
Oh,
castle section.
absolutely. Yeah.
Like it does not take a lot.
Especially when you're trying to put down consistent lap times, and that's like there's a couple spots on this track where you can keep so much time if you nail them. But again, big risk, big reward, kind of like what Dresse in the chat was saying earlier about the curve at turn 15.
I just want to know, like, whenever the track designer was like, this Formula One car looks like it can fit through here. Let's run them through here.
Yeah. Well,
it'd be a little bit better if like the guardrail, it wasn't like just stuck straight out right there. If it kind of went with the turn, it would be so much easier.
Oh, 100%. Like, I know, like, driving in cockpit mode, I pretty much have to turn into that corner, and more or less I'm trying to destroy my front left wheel. Like, you're, like, trying to pretty much touch that barrier to nail the apex.
Yeah.
It's so crazy.
Like, if they just made, like, I don't know if it could or not. There's a building right there. But if they could just make that guardrail just curve it just a tiny bit instead of that 90-degree thing, it would make it easier.
And I mean, I'd understand a little bit maybe if these were like older cars and the smaller chassis, but like I don't think this track's been on the calendar for too long. Yeah, first Grand Prix was in 2016. So
yeah, 2016, and they didn't
and the
have
cars were
like
pretty
the
big
cars
back.
weren't as wide.
No,
They were long, but they weren't that wide. They were kind of narrow.
Yeah.
I thought they were narrow. Then 2017 with the wider tires, all that good stuff.
All right, we got safety car in this lap. We're gonna head up, watch Bodhod on the restart. I'll look to see what kind of chaos we can get. We got Bodhod, Motown, Andrew, then Cream in the Williams. Then we got RJP, VTEC in the pink Mercedes. Kitten Petter and Connell, the Haas team. And then we got the McLaren team of Porridge and Arkaka. Then Google, Rogue, SRS, Rum, iFinder, and Xped follows up the pack as Bodhod lets that safety car get into the pit lane. And we'll wait to see when he wants to go full throttle. But this is a nice delay. Bodhod trying to hold the grid up as much as he can. No overtaking till the start-finish line. And he is full throttle. So we'll see here. It looks like Andrew getting a little bit of a run on Motown. On the outside, Motown holding the inside line down into turn 1 nicely. And VTEC getting by RJP. Those softer tires coming in handy on the restart. And so far for the first 2 corners, DK, everything looking groovy.
Everybody's pretty clean in the back. No wings flying around. We're good for now.
Google Doogle at turn 3 looking for a move and thinks better of it. Stacks up behind Arkaka again.
Oh, he's going to switch up on him right here. Let me get to the outside.
Oh, VTEC. Great restart from VTEC. Already up 2 spots to P4.
Google Doogle with a great move around Arkaka and Porridge Power ran wide. He's going to gain 2 places right there.
Shoot. Unfortunate for Porridge Power.
And he picks up first penalties of the race.
I will say, for all the grief that we do have usually about the strict track limits that we run in contest of speed, this track has been pretty forgiving in terms of track limits. So
Yeah, I think the biggest part for me at least is the exit of turn one. I think
Yep.
that's the easiest place you can get a warning.
Well, and even at turn 7, you can cut too much of that inside curb and then pick up a warning there. Exit at turn 16, you can pick up a warning. So there's a few, but yeah, I think you're right. Okay. Well, Andrew, close to
Andrew's
or to
closing.
Motown,
He's out. A bit
not
too
quite
far
enough.
that time.
Ooh. Running a little bit wide. Exit at turn 1 there.
Who's in the pits? Rumfresh in the pits.
I wonder if he picked up some wing damage, potentially.
Because
he did drop to the back of the grid.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, they are changing his wing. That was unfortunate for Rumfresh, but we'll go on to the medium tires. It should last the rest of the race from this point, shouldn't they, Berzie?
Yes.
Still just
Medium tires. Well, yeah, medium tires. 14 laps to go. They should, from here on out, they should make it for sure. So it'll be interesting to see the likes of Bodhod, RJP, Motown, I-Funner, and Spud, who have been on those tires. I know they didn't put very much wear on them with the safety car. We'll see how they fare as we get later in the later stages of this race. But
Motown was putting a little bit of pressure on Bodhard there at the beginning of Sector 2.
yeah, he might have something cooked up where he's got a better line through Sector 2 than Bodhod. It's possible.
Everybody just kind of minding their business. DRS will be activated, so
Yeah.
pick things up hopefully.
Oh, Google Dougal getting a really good run on Kano here as they round turns 19 and 20, which they're turns, but just as Google Dougal showing down the outside, wheel to wheel with Kano as they cross the start finish line. And it looks like Google Dougal will have the pace to get by Kano, good enough for P8 going into turn 1. Great driving from those two.
Kano DRS. I think Google Doogle's got the good enough straight line speed to get away.
We might have to hop back over to that. Well, we'll see here. It looks like the gap hasn't really closed down much, so. And Motown closing right up on Bodhod.
Pretty impressive for the Mercedes guys to keep Andrew behind them as well on those. Andrew with the soft tires, but the soft tires don't last that long here.
No, 6 to 8 laps with full fuels, so probably not much more at this stage in the race. It also depends on the tire temps and track temp. And I mean, we've got so the battle for first, one to watch. The battle for third, also a tight one on track. It looks like Rogue has caught right up to Kano here, so we'll see if Rogue can get a good run out of turn 16 and use DRS to get by. So we'll ride on board.
VTech might have something on Andrew going on turn 1 here. He's used all his overtake though.
Let's hop on board. We'll see if he can do it. And he's closing down, but I don't. He's
gonna send it down the inside of Andrew.
VTech.
He sent it. They're gonna go side by side into turn 2.
Oh man. VTech with an ambitious
side by
move.
side.
But missing that breaking point just. Oh man, this is awesome. Here we go. Andrew going down into turn 3, but VTech able to stay ahead for the moment. But they both had to use all their ERS on that one. And
that was an insane move in the turn 1 by VTech.
Oh, something happened with Rogue, because Rogue was on the back of Kano, and now Rogue is down to P12.
RJP's hit the wall coming out of turn 6. believe. Yep.
Yep.
No, turn 5. Coming out of turn 5.
So
Yeah, he's lost his left end plate.
and RJP will give Kittenpetter DRS. So Kittenpetter looking to get up into the top 5. So he's starting with RJP, see if he can get a move done. Oh, RJP has politely just let him by.
Yeah, RJP's got that wing damage though. He's probably not trying to fight.
No, absolutely.
Anybody.
No, he's fighting the championship.
Yeah, VTech though already putting out a second to Andrew almost.
Yeah, that's
Andrew
impressive.
Seems to be struggling on his tires.
Yeah, I wonder. Do you have the tasks available to look at the tire wear at this stage for those soft runners?
Yes, my computer shut off.
And while you look at that, we've got SRS going down the inside of Kano. And SRS is by Kano before the start-finish line. So, nice, easy move. Porge Power also able... Oh, Porge Power and Kano... Oh, as Porge Power loses it and goes into the wall! Oh, as Porge has wing damage. Oh, no, that's unfortunate. Just catching an edge on the curb and... Tires just lose their grip and he spins out. Very unfortunate for Porge. He's had a very tough race today.
I'm sure he has.
Alright, so while you look up the tire info, Kano did kind of have a little bit of a DRS train behind him, but it looks like with SRS being able to get ahead, now Rogue looking to capitalize.
So VTech Andrew with the soft tires. Andrew, his highest is his left tire with 56%.
Okay.
And then VTech only has 44. So.
Oh wow.
VTech is really saving those soft tires.
VTech managing his tires would explain why he was able to pull away from Andrew now. Cream Media should have DRS on Andrew, which will make Andrew's life even tougher. But Cream has no ERS to work with.
Oh, there's no. Porridge is retired.
Porridge is retired.
Up the top of the castle, and that's going to bring out another safety car. That is going to work out perfectly for, I think, VTech and Andrew as they're both going to the pits. Motown got in the pits too before Bodhod.
Ooh, interesting.
Ooh.
Okay. So Bodhod opting to stay out. Oh, for the moment, anyways.
For the moment, maybe he just got right past the pin entry.
So
Timing is Motown's going to come out in front of this group too. Kittenpetter
going on to mediums. Andrew onto softs. Cream onto mediums. Motown onto mediums. And we've got Google on softs. VTech went for the mediums. RGP went for the mediums. Spud pitting for mediums.
Safety car.
Interesting. Because I think
it was Arkaka. Sorry, I think Arkaka just about hit the safety car while I was waiting.
This is an interesting choice. I don't maybe my lack of experience here coming when I say this, but I wonder once the safety car is done, anybody that pit on softs probably would be better off, no? But maybe there would be too much tire wear right at the end.
I think there would be too much tire wear at the end for these guys.
And I mean, the mediums really aren't that much slower than the softs, so they don't really last that much longer. So
I think you're safer going to the mediums because the safety cars are probably going to come in lap 19, 20.
Yeah.
Somewhere around there. So
there will be.
That'll be 6 laps on the softs, but I'd feel safer on the mediums because you saw Bodhod and Motown was keeping both the soft runners behind them.
Yeah.
So I think Bodhod's gonna be able to get a pit stop right here. He's way ahead.
Yeah, Bodhod's got 20 seconds to Motown, so he should be able to get those tires on that he needs. We'll see what he's opted for. Probably more mediums. You'd hope so. Arbar saying if you're in traffic, the softs won't work, but if you can get clear air, then the softs might work. So I guess we'll find out. Those hard runners.
Motown had a. Sorry.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was gonna say Motown had a great pit stop though. He came right out in front of all those hard run guys.
Yeah. Well, SRS was I want to say he was like P9 or P8 prior to the safety car, so he jumped up a few spots. But those hard tires, they'll feel great, but they won't be as quick as those mediums, obviously. And then you'll have the likes of iFunner and Andrew who will be giving those hard runners some grief on the restart.
Well, I thought that safety car was gonna work out well for VTech, but hopefully, he dropped down to P11 because I didn't think about all the hard runner guys staying out. But hopefully with those fresh mediums, he can work back up there.
No,
be a great result for him.
Absolutely. Oh, where did I? Oh, there we go. All right. Well, DK, it's currently 1-0 for USA over Canada, with 5 minutes to go in the first period. So there you go.
USA. Nothing against the northern border folks.
That's all right. We have our friendly rivalries.
Yes, yes.
All right. Oh, we have. Oh, Dresa in the chat. I think Motown back the field so Bodhod could pit and still come out in front. That would be some clutch team play from Motown, if that's the case.
That was because I noticed he did whenever he came out of the pits and the safety car was right there waiting. He like slowed way down. That's why I was thinking our Kaka almost hit the safety car because I was looking at it and like the car had to bolt out of the way, but then the safety car was there. And I was like, oh no, please don't hit the safety car.
Man, that would be
so yeah, Dresse is probably right, I would say. 99.9% right.
Uh-oh. What? Spuds in the chat saying he's bottled major. Spud, it's okay. There's definitely a chance for you to get some good spots here still, with 8 laps to go. Maybe not the result you're wanting, but we'll see. But yeah, I'd imagine Motown is definitely pulling a Valtteri here for Bodhod and being the ultimate team player, because even when Kittenpetter was behind Motown was keeping Kitten behind him quite well until Kitten had some wing damage, so we shall see. We shall see.
That we shall. Safety car should be in this lap, so still seven laps to go, 8 laps, seven laps to go whenever we go green.
Oh, okay. So Swarner, my trusty AM1 teammate who engineers for Kitten, has said in the chat that the drivers were 3 seconds under the delta behind motor, which, if so, can be cause for
that's definitely holding people up.
Yeah.
Under the safety car.
But
I mean, he did. Could that be penalized?
I
mean, he technically did nothing wrong.
I need to go look at the rules. But are we in here? Safety car is in. We were bottling up the field.
Safety car is in this lap. Yep.
Yeah. Well, I should know that off the top of my head, but I'll have to check when we get another break in the action. But I believe there is something in the rules regarding going too slow under a VSE. So we'll see. I cannot confirm that at the moment. So Bodhod holding the field up. Had a great restart last time we had a safety car, and he is green earlier this time as he crosses under the wonderful Rolex walkway. And down into turn 1. Motown on his heels, but I think Motown won't be going for any moves. His job is just to play second fiddle here. So we'll ride on board with the rest of the fields.
Oh, this is yellow. I don't know who that is. Who is that?
That was SRS getting a little squirrely coming out of turn 2.
Oh, Kitten's around. Kitten's around at the exit of turn 2.
Where is he? Kitten is all the way back.
Yeah.
Oh no. And that's not what Kitten would have wanted at all. He's got no wing damage though, so maybe he just had to make a crazy avoiding maneuver. But that really is a crushing blow for Kitten and his championship hopes. Oh, is Google Dougal right on the gearbox of VTech.
VTech up 2 places since the restart as well too.
So iFinder's got a drive through to serve, and Arkaka's 5 seconds.
Yellow.
There's a slow McLaren going through castles. It must be Arkaka.
Yep.
Because Kitten caught right up to him. Yeah, Kano, biggest winner so far, up 9 spots. Google up 5 spots. And Kitten, biggest loser, down 12. Oh, is VTech running wide at the exit of turn 16, and Google Dougal is able to capitalize going into turns 17, 18, 19, and 20. And RJP.
Andrews catching up with Kano is going to look down the inside.
Excuse me.
We'll have the move.
Oh.
Yes, we'll have the move done before turn 1.
Yep. So the Haas Garage confirming in the chat there was a dive bomb that led to contact that made Kitten spin, so unfortunately, very unfortunate for Kitten. You hate to see it from the fellow commentator. Kano.
You hate to see it, especially you hate to see it as someone who's put up like a brilliant late season championship charge.
Oh, absolutely.
Well.
Yeah, he kind of came from the depths of AM2.5 and sprung right up into the title fight midway through the season, and has been had a fire under his seat for the majority of the season, getting solid wins and solid points the whole time.
I think there was a point where he won like 2 or 3 races in a row, potentially.
Yeah, I think you're right. So we got a nice little train behind Rogue A-Wing now, and Andrew and SRS, I imagine SRS will be overtaken here and Andrew will be able to retake third spot. It's just a matter of if Andrew's tires can hold up for the next 6 laps.
He's got 3 laps on him, and only one of those was a green flag lap.
Well, that's fair.
So he's coming up on his 2nd.
As long as he doesn't have crazy tire wear, he should be okay. And Bothod continuing to set fast laps. Oh, Cream and Google Dougal switching spots. Google Dougal now up to P7. And Spud, the hero Spud, who moments ago was complaining that he had bottled the race, now into the points. So great driving from him. Now he's just got to keep his head down and he can get some solid points. Kitten Petter driving like a man on a mission. He is 9.6 seconds back of Spud, unfortunately, but he has climbed up to P11 from falling to the back of the grid. And we'll hop over to Andrew, who's got SRS right in front of him, getting a little squirrely. Going down into turn 7.
I love that camera angle going down into turn 7. I don't know if you got it.
From the...
It was like a helicopter, and then whenever the cars come out from behind the tree, it zooms down in on them. It just looks cool.
Yeah. Yeah, they've got some very cool camera angles around the streets of Baku. It is a fun track for all of the complaining about how tight and technical it is. I mean, I would take a track like this over Monaco. I know Monaco's got some crazy history, but
Oh, for sure. It's gonna be interesting next season as well to see the new Saudi Arabian track.
yeah.
Hasn't been revealed yet.
So Andrew with DRS, no ERS though. I'm assuming Amram doesn't have it either. Andrew going down the inside, going into turn 1, and Amram will close the door on him. So Andrew will have to try again with DRS down the straight going into turn 3. And we'll see if he can get a move done. Claim P3. Andrew having a pretty solid race. Going down the inside, going into turn 3. And Andrew will get... Oh, but SRS able to stick it down the outside. And Andrew has to back out yet again. So great driving between SRS and Andrew. Oh, Google Dougal closing right up on Rogue. Kano up to P5, so great drive for him.
Rogue picks up 3-second time penalty.
Yeah, that's gonna be tough here when points are crucial and everybody's close right up. I mean, from P5 all the way down to P10 we're separated by like more or less half a second each. This is awesome. This is a sweet little train we've got going on here as they round turn 16. And Andrew unable to get by SRS for the moment.
Google Doogle's gonna go around Rogue.
Oh. And we'll see does
Rogue's
Rogue...
like all of the DRS.
Google Dougal going by Kano even. Oh, as Kano closes the door on Google. Oh dear. As Google the biggest loser there. Spud up to P9. And
Kano didn't leave any room for Google there.
I'm especially considering how side by side those two are, you gotta kind of give a little bit of space, but that's tough. That's tough for Google Dougal, having a great run up until that point. And Motown and Bodhot are just kind of rolling away into the sunset here, DK.
Oh, for sure. Motown's actually kept the gap pretty close to Bodhot as well. I don't know if he's going to go for a move, considering Bodhot is probably going to win the championship and he's just being a team player. But we'll see.
I mean, I'd assume so. I'd also think I'd have to crunch the numbers, but I mean, maybe Bodhot, with Kitten not getting any points in this race, Bodhot might be able to secure it with P2. So we'll have to look at it.
Bodhot does have 2 warnings as well.
Yeah, so Bodhot's got to be careful because he might lose out just on penalties. There should be no reason for him to be cutting corners, really, though.
No. It'd be interesting too to see if he does pick up that penalty, if Motown will just kind of back off and give him the space.
Oh, absolutely. A Spud going down the inside of Kano. Spud now up to P7 before the DRS zone. So Spud will get a run down into RJP for P6. So look for we'll run aboard Spud here. Spud's got some nice pace here late in this race.
He's got good pace. He's got RJP in front of him on the soft, so he'll probably get RJP and then Rogue in front of RJP with that time penalty.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
Spud's looking for P5.
Spud's had a great drive, all things considered. He's been at the back of the grid. Now he's up to P7. And he's got the pace to close up into RJP. And I mean, Rogue's not too far up the road, so P5 could be in the cards for Spud. Knock on wood.
Arkaka goes fastest lap with a 41.9.
Very nice.
Sauce.
So Kittenpetter has officially gotten into the points. He is P10, and he's at the back of this train that we've been following here with the battle for fifth.
Kano's in the wall at turn 7.
Oh,
I think.
Kano's wing is gone. Yeah. Oh dear.
No wing either.
Oh, poor guy. He's got to be very careful because this is going to be a tough spot to... Ooh, as he makes it through castle. Ooh, that was a weird... We had like we were on the nose cam there. Good stuff. All right. So... The two Mercedes drivers just chilling up at the front, going down into turn 3. I mean, it's been master class from the Mercedes team today. Just absolute domination, start to finish. Great calls, great strategy calls all around.
Interesting team tactics as well.
Yep, absolutely. And now we're on board. We're going to ride along with Spud, see if X-Spud can claim a few more positions before the end of this Grand Prix. Oh, as RJP gets a little loose, and that allows Spud a good run down into turn 8. Sorry, turn 7.
Oh, he's going to go
side by side. I don't know if this is a wise idea.
Back out. Oh, RJP
no!
hit the wall! Oh! RJP hit the wall and Spud's got damage.
Oh, Spud's got wing damage. Oh, no.
Oh.
RJP just yeeted into the wall, and Spud had nowhere to go because they were so close. Oh, that is tragic. Absolute scenes at the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. I think for Spud, though, it's the final lap. Don't put it into the wall here.
But Kitten's right behind him.
Kittenpetter's hungry, and Kitten with the downforce will get by for P6. Kitten will get P5. Well, actually, we'll see here. It's close.
Oh, Spud's gonna look back down the inside of it. No
way! Oh, we have one more lap to go. My bad. My bad. I thought we were on the last lap. Oh man. So now Spud's gonna get towed around, hopefully by Kittenpetter for the next little bit, but that lack of wing is gonna really hurt him. Kittenpetter up to P6. Rogue getting by Andrew. So, and Rogue has the wing damage as well. So, SRS driving by himself on those hard tires, opting for the hards early on in this race when we transitioned, and we had 2 safety cars, and it looked like he never pit. So, great.
No, I don't think he pit since the first one, so good drive from SRS right now.
Absolutely.
2 Mercedes guys headed on to the straight.
All right.
I hope they make it. I hope they make it close just for fun.
Yeah, photo finish for fun. And Bodhod
photo finish for fun.
Rounding the final corner, final bend. As Bodhod crosses the line, weaving down the straight. Bodhod is the AM2 champion of Season 6 and the winner of the Season 6 Azerbaijan Grand Prix.
Excellent run from Bodhod, leading every lap. I believe leading every lap of the race.
Absolutely.
That is a extraordinary drive from Bodhod there. Kittenpetter coming home P4. It was a great run at the end of the season, but unfortunately, he'll just come up a bit short. X-Bud did come P7 with all that damage, so I think he can be proud of that, being in the points after he did say he thought he was out of the race.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think a great master drive from Spud. We'll hop to the back of the field here. So Andrew, unfortunately, dropping down to P5. Google back up to P6. Spud P7. Cream 8 P8. Rogue P9. VTech P10.
Oh, Matty Robo is calling us out in the chat saying there was a 4 wide finish, and we just didn't even see it.
Didn't even notice. No. My apologies. Oh, apparently my math is wrong. Alp correcting me in the chat.
Is it wrong?
So gap was 24 points before this race. Now be 36. It'll be a gap of 36 with 2 races to go, so it's not quite decided yet. Okay.
It's not decided.
All
I was
right.
going off. Well, then the points on the AM2 website, I don't think are updated.
Maybe not.
Or are
so
they?
Bodhod won. Ooh, what's going on here?
Burzy, do some quick math for me. What's 291 minus 267?
91, 67 should be 24. Yeah.
Oh, maybe they were updated. Okay, well, sorry. I guess we're all kinds of wrong. We just bottled that and screwed that up.
Alright, so after Azerbaijan. Interesting. And then, why can we not? Yeah, so Kitten Petter is yeah. So yeah, you are right. The championship is not decided. My apologies for jumping the gun on that one.
I think I was going off your thing you said last couple weeks ago about
I did a
Bodhod
calculation and I thought
win.
Bodhod just needed to win one more race and he would have it locked up. But I think there was some special things where Kitten Petter would need to finish in certain spots for that to also happen. But yes, the championship has not been decided just yet.
I guess. Oh well. I guess we sound like a bunch of idiots.
There we are. Oh, well, my bad. I'll be better caught up for next time. All right. Well, DK, let's invite Bodhod, Motown, Motor City, and Amram to the interview room, and I will hop on over to the showroom. Yes, thank you, Spud, for filling in. Great drive today. And thank you, all of you, for tuning in and watching the race. That was an exciting one, to say the least. Alright, so P3. I'll wait for the other drivers. Drivers, make sure you have your party.
Is mine working?
Yes, I can hear you, so we'll see if the stream can hear you.
Can they hear me?
Stream, can you hear SRS? Actually, I could probably just go talk again there.
Hello. Actually, hold on. I can just check my settings. Party settings.
Nope, you're good. We can hear you.
I'm good?
We're good.
Great.
Yep. Alrighty. We've got all the drivers in here. DK, would you like to take the interviews, or do you want me to do it?
I guess I can.
Sure.
You're done. We'll start off with our P3 finisher, SRS Amram. I believe, welcome back to the podium. I believe it's your first one.
Thank you. Oh my gosh, it's been a while.
Yeah. Pretty, I think the chat also voted you driver of the day, potentially, just because
did they?
I think. I saw one vote for you, but that's all I saw.
One vote means I win automatically, obviously.
So
yeah,
you
clearly.
Get it. Yes. But pretty kind of quiet race, I would say. I think you pitted for the hards. First safety car and went the rest of the way. Just talk us through your race.
Yeah, it was it started off pretty mediocre. Started in ninth, or no, not ninth, seventh, and got a good start on the wets. Got up to, I think it was fourth place, and I was running pretty good there for most of the first lap. And then I made a mistake entering the castle section. I went deep, went to second gear, thought I could turn. Turns out rain means you can't turn. And bottled it, broke one side of my wing, tried to recover, was too hasty about it, broke my other side of my wing, so I had to pit right then. And was at the back on intermediates. At about lap 5, the game suggested to me to pit, and it suggested for me to go soft to medium. And I at first was like, really? It's too early to go on wets or on dries, sorry. And then I was thinking, what have I got to lose? I'm down in 15th place. I've got nothing left to lose, so why not go for it? So I changed the strategy to hards. I pitted that lap. Came out, was struggling for the first 2 laps because cold hards plus unused hards plus rain equals absolutely no traction. And then it dried up. Safety car happened. I stayed out after running the hards for a bit, which meant that although I had around 25% wear on my rear tires, I was able to get all the way up into 3rd place while everyone else was pitting under the safety car. So I only went one stop, like you said, to the hards, and I was up in 3rd, and my teammate was in 5th, and we had Kano in 4th in between us. I wasn't worried about Kano. But then we get started, we go, and things go well. I got a good start, nothing happens, and then Andrew comes, and I'm concerned because he's on softs. He makes a couple of attempts at me. I managed to stick it around the outside and keep him behind me, and then it just seemed like either his tires went off or he just made a couple of mistakes and lost some wing or something happened. But he suddenly fell back, and then it was just kind of smooth sailing from there on to the end. And I was as surprised as anyone else when I crossed the line in P3.
Yep. Well, correct me if I'm wrong, but is this your first podium, or is this like the first one in a while?
This is the first one in a while. I haven't podiumed since the first half of the season. But I got, I think, 2 or 3 back then. I think it was 2 or 3 seconds. I don't know. Bodhi would know better than me.
Right. You kind of went on a spell there where it was just kind of a lot of bad luck, really.
Yeah. Well, it's not necessarily bad luck. I kept making mistakes, and this race was no different. I just had the chance to make up for it, and I went bold, and it paid off.
Hey, if you say it's bad luck, it makes you look better. So
I'm not one for putting the blame off myself if I do screw up. So.
I got you. Well, anyways, congratulations, Renault teammate as well, being on the podium. So, we'll move on to our P2 Motown Motor City. I believe this is your second race in Contest of Speed, and here you are, P2. Pretty dominating performance from the Mercedes guys. Looked like y'all had some good team tactics as well. If you don't have to confirm those or not, but just talk us through your race.
Yeah, it was I was actually surprised I qualified 4th, and it was a pretty slow time. I could have gone faster, I think, and took it down into turn 1, and I think the McLaren was in front of me, and he went kind of wide, so I just kind of went under him and took 2nd place, and then Badhad and I just went from there, and when the safety car came out, I was able to pit and he wasn't, but he still came out in front of me because he got past the safety car. So it worked out from there, and then we pitted for mediums, and then I was just like, okay, on the next pit stop, let's pit for mediums again. So that's what we did, and we pulled away. And I think it was the perfect strategy, and I was staying with him the whole race, and I wasn't going to pass. I honestly didn't have a chance to pass him. If I would have, then I think we could have battled it out, but I wanted us both to finish the race. So it was a really good performance by us, and it was a very good team effort.
Don't want to say more.
Alrighty. And Bodhad, congratulations on your win. Sorry.
Whoops. My bad.
Oopsies.
I had my mic muted.
Oh, shoot.
Whoops.
Well done.
My bad. I was
This is a
talking the
professional
whole
broadcast.
Come on, mate.
Anyway,
This is
yeah.
fun now.
like I was. Anyways, I'll start over. Motown, congrats on the P2 and a good
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Mercedes dominating race, and we'll move on to Bahan, the man we I think prematurely called champion.
Yes.
Yes. Dominating performance led from lap 1 to the end. Pretty just dominating, I would say. Like I said, tell us about it.
Yeah, it's the race I needed after some really poor weeks recently. It's been a few races since I've been on the podium. I blame the game for a lot of it, but I equally blame myself for not putting the time into practice, and just kind of general tiredness of the game means that I haven't really done much preparation for races, and that's probably ultimately what's cost me some good results recently. So this race is really, really important, just to get a bit of form back around a track that I really enjoy and feel confident at. So I was expecting to be right up there, and I'm glad I could kind of just have a clean race from start to finish, no damage. Got the strat okay. I was a bit worried when that safety car did come out, because I did pass the pits, but I did beat the safety car out, which kind of saved me a bit there. But as Motown said, it was a perfect race for the team as well. Just getting the strat right, just being on good tyres at the right time, and being kind of comfortable enough to push, but also comfortable enough to just make sure we put in tidy laps. So that was really nice in terms of the race. In terms of my own pace, I was really happy with my quality lap. I felt like I hooked everything up I needed to. And yeah, with the wet start, it was important to start towards the front, or even if it wasn't wet. Track position is so important. So I managed to get off the line really well. I was expecting to come under pressure a bit because my starts are traditionally not that good, but I knew once I let out of turn 1, I saw Motown jump in behind in P2 that we were on for a pretty good result, barring any major errors on our parts. So yeah, from start to finish, it was a pretty nice race and just what I needed for the championship. I think I've now got about a 35-point lead, so it's not quite done yet. But yeah, it's good to kind of get back on track again. And with 2 rounds to go, it's important to be confident at this point of the season. So yeah, a really good weekend on my part, and really enjoyed the race.
Yep, another challenging track coming up next week, Singapore. How you feel about that one?
I absolutely love Singapore, probably more than Baku, so you all better watch out.
That's interesting because for the past couple of years I've really loved that track too, so that should be fun.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one. It's just much of a challenge. But yeah, I think if we can keep it between the walls, the pace.
If you practice and you understand the track and get the flow of it, it's fun.
Yeah, and I've traditionally been able to do that pretty well. I almost got my first contest speed win before I binned it myself at Singapore, so I've kind of had good.
I'm still looking for mine, so.
Yeah, absolutely love it. So I'm looking forward to getting on track next week, and if I can keep it out of the wall, then I'm pretty confident I can get a good result. So yeah, I'm looking forward to next week.
Yep, well, we're looking forward to it as well. Congrats, podium. That's all I got. Berzy?
Yeah, guys, congratulations. Some clutch team driving from the Mercedes guys tonight. That was awesome. That was fun to watch, and great strategy all around. SRS, congratulations. That was a great drive. Very gutsy call to stay out, but obviously it paid off for you. So congratulations on P3. Alrighty, and we will close things out. So thank you so much for tuning in. We have U1 tomorrow at 10 p.m. UK time, and then at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the usual time, we have AM1. DK and myself will be racing, and we've got Bodhod and Kit and Petter should be on the comms, so that will be a wonderful race. Yeah, and thank you so much for tuning in. Remember, this race will be put, we're already on YouTube, so there you go. And you make sure to find us on Twitter, and I think we have an Instagram, so find us on Instagram too. And if you're interested in racing, you can visit contestofspeed.com, and you can join our Discord. Thanks so much for tuning in, and have a great night. We will see you next week in Singapore.